Okay, so by now you should have set up your spreadsheet, added some consistency to your presentation by using the slide master, and you should have also been able to add some text and images, alter your layout, and that sort of thing. What I'm looking for you to do now is to be able to hyperlink areas on a presentation to other websites. And I'm expecting all of you can use basic search criteria on a search engine, can select an appropriate website that can add interest to your chosen topic, can add a hyperlink from a piece of text and or an image in your presentation to a web page. Most of you can add internal hyperlinks within your website, and some of you can work independently to set up a contents page with internal hyperlinks. And I'll just demonstrate all those techniques for you now. So I'll just show you the kind of things I mean. So here is my first slide, and I'm going to ignore this for a second because I want to show you the first technique that I'm going to show you, which is to make a piece of text a hyperlink to another web page. And that will work. I'll just show you the slideshow view. Now if I click on this link here, it will link to another web page. And some of the other things I'm going to show you are these back and next buttons, which are also quite useful. I can click on next and I can go back, next, next. And finally, the last thing I'm going to show you is setting up a contents page a little bit like this, which will allow me to link to all the different pages on my presentation. Okay, so the first thing, as I said, I'm going to show you is to be able to insert a hyperlink to another page. So first of all, I need to find an interesting website that is going to be useful for me. So if I type in, my topic is to do with the problems with addiction and gaming. So I will type in addiction to video games, and let's see what it brings up. That's just a basic search in Google, and it brings up some things here. That looks quite interesting by the look of the little description there. I'm going to go in there, and that is something that could be useful on that particular slide there. I've just set up what are the signs of addiction. I'm going to click on that, the top 5 signs you need help. Okay, so I'm going to click on the website address there to highlight it, right click, copy, go back to here. Now I can select a piece of text like I've done there, and I can select that, for example. Now I need to then go to insert, hyperlink, make sure it's saying link to make sure it's just saying existing file or web page, and in that area I can either right click or do Control and V and paste into that address area there. Click OK, and then I can just do a little test by going to slideshow from current slide and clicking on that link there, and I can see that that works. So that's the first thing we said we were going to do. Now let's just recap to see from our learning objectives what we said we were going to do next. Okay, so we said most can add internal hyperlinks within your website. So this is the back and next button. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my other presentation. Which is here. Now, what I need to do this all in one go is to go to my slide master. So I'm going back to the slide master, I'll just undo the ones that I've got at the moment. So click on the slide master at the top there. I'll just delete the ones I've got at the moment. You can see when I delete those ones, it takes it off all the other slides underneath. Now if I then go to the insert and go to shapes, and I'll get one of these block arrows down here, and I should get this cross, which will allow me to left click and then move the shape onto the area that I want. So for the back button, I put it on the left hand side, and for the forward button I will put that onto the right hand side. Try and get it the similar type of size. Okay, so if I just double click on that now, it means I can type on it, and I can just type on next and double click on the back button there and type in back. You can see it's populated all the other slides underneath. So if I was to choose any of those slides when it came to my presentation, they would automatically be on. So that's not the final thing we do. We actually need to include a hyperlink on there now. So make sure I'm on the slide master, click on there, go to insert, hyperlink, and this time I'm selecting place in this document, and I need to go to previous slide. Click OK, and I'm going to click on the next button, and I'm going to click on hyperlink and next slide. Give it a quick save. I could also put a home button on there as well, which might be interesting, which will take me back to the home page. I'll just do that one there, looks quite good. Double click on there, home, and go to insert, oops, make sure I'm clicking that, insert, hyperlink, and should go to first slide, and that will take me back to the beginning. Give it a quick save, go to slide master and close master view. Okay, so you notice that the back, home and next buttons don't appear on the first slide, just on the slide underneath. So you're going to need to think about where you've got your text overlapping as well. So I've got a bit of a problem there. I'm perhaps going to need to move that out the way somewhere. I'll do that a bit later on, but there's a little bit of tidying up I need to do because those are now overlapping. Okay, so the final thing I said I was going to do, and this is a bit of a stretch and challenge now if you get time to do this. Final thing I said I was going to do is to include a contents page, a little bit like this. And this is if you get time, really, so don't worry if you don't get time. It's more of a stretch and challenge type of activity. So I'll just create a new slide and I'll call it contents, and I will then start to name the slides that I've got. I need to look through to see what slides I've got. Okay, next one is signs of addiction. I'll just do this for 2 or 3 just to get you so you understand what to do. Causes. Okay, and I'll just put one there for my findings as well. That's also in there. So you're looking at about a minimum of 5 slides, a maximum of 8. Okay, so I'll just highlight this piece of text here, and I will go to insert, hyperlink, and you can see underneath there is the introduction page, or slide, sorry. Highlight that one, hyperlink, signs, and so on. Causes and my findings. And that really concludes everything. So we'll just review the learning objective. Which was to be able to hyperlink areas on a presentation to other websites